Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to STEM with Chantel. Today we are going to cover coroner cases. There are some cases that always require an autopsy. Fire deaths, homicides, or any cases in which another person is in any way possible factor in the death, apparent suicides, drivers in single car accidents, pilots involved in aircraft crashes, occupation-related deaths, unwitnessed accidents, quote-unquote, accidents in which natural disease cannot be ruled out as a factor, cases where civil litigation may evolve, deaths of person in official custody, sudden unexpected deaths of children, especially if they're under 2 years of age. Autopsy determinations. The importance of autopsies can be illustrated by knowing what information may be obtained through this procedure. It can establish descendant's identity, establish the cause of death, determine the mechanism of death, confirm the manner of death, confirm medical history, separate complicating medical factors, rule out disease or factors harmful to public health, facilitate adequate photography of wounds, and establish direction of force. It can also correlate wounding and object producing the wounds, determine time interval between wounds received and death, establish sequence of events, retrieve an article involved in mode of death such as a bullet, obtain and examine trace evidence such as hair, stains, and seminal fluid, obtain specimens for toxicology, establish order of death in situations where more than one family member has been killed, and lastly, it can document all injuries in order to answer any future questions that are unknown at the time of the autopsy. And lastly, let's get into autopsy protocol. Step 1, preliminary procedures. This is where you take your detailed notes of post-mortem. Also, any special items such as embalming information is noted. Second, summary of known circumstances. This is a short, concise version of known facts about the descendant. Step 3, documents reviewed and/or evidence examined. For example, a knife recovered from the body of a stabbing victim would be of interest to the pathologist. Step 4, external examination of the body. Algor mortis is the post-mortem loss of heat from the body. Livor mortis is the post-mortem discoloration caused by the setting of blood to the lowest parts of the body. Rigor mortis is the post-mortem stiffening of the body, musculature, as a result of chemical changes in the dying muscles. Step 5, victim identification procedures. The general procedures include the following: fingerprints, dental examination, x-rays, photographing victim, noting things like external scars or tattoos, may be instrumental in identifying an unknown victim, and clothing. Step 6, internal examination of the body. A visual evaluation by the pathologist provides a general gross description of body organs to include weight, appearance, and any abnormality or injury observed. The heart, liver, lungs, and pancreas are a few of the organs examined during this phase. Step 7, general description of body organs. A key element of this phase of the autopsy protocol is to compare the condition of organs as found with normal conditions. Step 8, specific description of wounds or injuries. The pathologist should record descriptions of wounds or injuries that are related to specific types of trauma. Among these are injuries due to handgun or rifle, shotgun, blunt force instrument, fracture, stabbing, cutting, and penetrating instruments, asphyxia, hanging, strangling or drowning, fire burn, electrocution or lightning, infant death, child abuse, or sudden infant death syndrome. Step 9, establish evidential chain of custody. If the autopsy is related to a known criminal case, the pathologist will normally turn the evidence over to law enforcement personnel. In non-criminal cases, like accidental deaths or suicides, the evidence may be turned over to the coroner. Regardless of who receives the evidence, it is essential to establish a chain of custody when evidentiary items, materials are collected during an autopsy. Step 10, record of specimens retained and examinations performed. This phase of the autopsy will vary depending on the nature of the death and whether the case is of interest to criminal justice agencies. However, specimens retained could include clothing, bullets or bullet fragments, and suspected gunpowder residue from the victim's skin or clothing. Toxicological specimens could include blood, urine, or body tissues. Generally, some specimens are collected for storage. This is so additional examinations or tests may be conducted at a future date. Finally, items to include hair exemplars, fingernail scrapings, fingerprints, blood, vaginal anal swabs, and other evidence may be collected as necessary. Thanks for watching Coroner Cases. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and share. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.